Habari Gani, Mainduga Nadada. Today, my brothers and sisters, I want to speak to us universally. This message is directed to those Africans who now reside in South America and want to call themselves Brazilians or this, that, and the other. Afro-Brazilian, Brazilian, African. My brothers and sisters, we all derive from the same place. That's Mother Africa. It is also to those of you who come out of the Caribbean area. Whatever you call yourself, African-Jamaican, Afro-Jamaican, African, it's all right. My brothers and sisters throughout Central America, Mexico, to all my brothers and sisters, whether you call yourself Hondurans or this, that, and the other, Haitians, blah, 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 not. Whether you call yourself African or not. This message is directed to you also. And those of you in the USA who want to describe yourselves as Africans, African Americans, coloreds, blacks, Negroes, this, that, and the other, it's directed to you also. And our brothers and sisters in Canada, whether you want to call yourself African Canadian, Afro Canadian, or whatever, this message is directed to you also. And those of you in Britain, my brothers and sisters, listen. Whether you want to call yourself African Britain or African, it's not the issue. The issue is this message is directed to you also. All other people in Europe who call themselves Afro-Europeans or Africans or whatever the case may be, this message is directed to you also. Listen, my brothers and sisters, whatever you denominate yourself as is what you have been defined as by the oppressor of the world. See, let me give you an example. Mexicans, some of you want to be Spaniards. Never happened, my brothers. A few of you are Spaniards. But most of you are native people of the land, Indians, old Indians who were here, the Aztecs, and African people, all mixed together and live on the land we call Mexico. So my brothers and sisters, we are the same. What we need to do and must do if all of us are to survive, if we must support one another unequivocally, always, in all spaces, we must come together and defend one another's stance. Listen, my brothers and sisters, we are the largest group on the planet. You get it? So all we got to do is come together, support one another. Our enemies are 6% of the planet's population at best and are rapidly declining each year. So my brothers and sisters, let me make the message and direct it as one people as the subject, but it applies to each and every one of you. Brothers and sisters, we must come together. We must support one another. We must recognize and act on the fact that we all derive from Mother Africa. And we result from the major world's oppressors raping of our mothers and producing us. simple as that, in more or less degrees. So listen, my Latino brother, if that's what you want to call yourself, but you're an African. Listen, Caribbean brothers and sisters, Haitian brothers and sisters, Jamaican brothers and sisters. You're all Africans. And listen, all my brothers and sisters throughout the continent of South America, Mexico, and some still inhabiting some of the lands or our lands in Asia at present. My brothers and sisters, all we got to do is come together, unite, and support one another. We can start here in the USA, start everywhere, but just use this as an example. All you people who define yourselves as Latinos or blacks or whatever the case may be, we are the same, so we must stand up as one. Not as separate entities, one, united. That's what it's all about, my brothers. It's about control of the mind. You've heard of the adage, give me the man's mind. He belongs to me, or I'll make him mine. So we must control our own minds, do our own thinking, using our critical abilities. And then logically concludes, after you have ran it through your life's experiences, then give it your logical conclusion. That's all anyone can do. So my brothers and sisters, if you do this, I guarantee you, those who call yourselves Latinos or this, that, and the other, and African Americans and Canadians, or whatever, if you stand together as one African people, think and act as one, the master's game is over if we do this. I hope you get the message and understand it. I don't care whether you agree with it or not, but I hope you give it some deep thought, some critical thought. And do what you got to do after saying what you got to say. Once again, y'all, all African people, peace and a hotep to you, my Nduga